Hi everyone, I'm Andy Fletcher from Convertri, and we're here on Saturday the 8th of December for the Convertri question and answer and like newbie introduction webinar. I've been on a couple of minutes now saying hi to the folks on the call. So for anyone watching the replay, thank you so much for joining us. Today's format is I'm going to go through a demo of the editor, show you how to get started with it, show you what you can do. And then as like a follow-up to that, there will be a Q&A session at the end where there's, let's see, there's a good 40 people on the call with me right now, probably a few more as time rolls on. I will hang around, I'll answer all your questions at the end of it. Please feel free to chime in with anything you want to know. The whole point of this call is to get you guys up to speed so you're as happy with the tool as you possibly can be. And also to see that like I'm a real person. Like, I'm not unreachable. Like, you'll see me in the Facebook group a load. There's every chance for email support. You'll get a response from me. Like, we do these webinars semi-regularly. Like, I like hanging out. I like talking to people. It's good to see people. Excellent. Okay, thank you so much for coming, guys. Now I've done that waffly intro, as I'm so famed for. Let's crack on. So what we're going to build today is an example squeeze page. Right. First of all, let's swap picture in picture. Can you just let me know? You should be able to see me in the corner now and the Convertri deathmatch page we did on the screen. If you could just be so kind as to type something in the chat box. Perfect. There we go. Much smaller, Andy. Much bigger screen. That's what we like. Yeah, good eye, Reuben. Okay, forgive me one little minor transgression. This is my little nerdy passion in the background. This is the Marvel helicarrier and an X-Wing from Star Wars. And being added to this at the moment is a Millennium Falcon that I've been trying to build for the last year, and I keep getting distracted. And maybe I should have been doing that today rather than writing code for Convertri. But hey, you're all better off for me doing that. Cool. Again, thank you so much for coming out, guys. Okay, little introduction. Today I'm going to be building quite a simple squeeze page to show you just how fast it is to get something up and running. And the thing I want to impress upon you, if you're new to this, or whether you're new to Convertri or new to digital marketing or wherever you are on this curve, you're better off having something up, even if it's a bit ugly, bit weird. You're better off having things live, get some traffic going to it, start generating leads, than trying to get everything perfect. So we're going to build something a little bit quick and dirty today. It's a squeeze page for the vegan niche, which some of you here may have seen me build before. But what I'm trying to impress upon you by building this is that this stuff that we teach isn't just about selling digital marketing stuff to digital marketers. Now, we sell a digital marketing tool. You guys are in digital marketing. That's the audience. But you don't have to. Like, a lot of people get into the industry and they're like, oh my God, I've got to sell a guide about how to make like $5 million a day. Otherwise, I can't possibly sell anything. That's simply not the case. Like the niche we're in, that market is one of the most competitive out there. You're competing, honestly, with guys like me that have been doing this. It's a decade in March that I've been doing this. There are much better places for you to go, much easier niches to crack, and to kind of prove it, we're also in the vegan niche. And we're in the vegan niche because I'm about as close to a carnivore as you can possibly be, and my business partner Neil is a big meat eater. But we're in the vegan niche to show that you can sell things in something completely detached from you, something completely detached from digital marketing. So today I'm going to build a squeeze page that we've actually used live. We drove clicks to it for about 10 cents each, and then the squeeze page converted about 10-11%, so we generated opt-ins for about $1 each. And this is a real live page from a campaign that we've built and run in the past. So as I say, hopefully want to impress upon you that it's better to have something simple, live, that you drive traffic to, start generating leads, rather than worrying about having absolutely everything perfect, 1,000 upsells, 7 sales pages, huge amounts of copy, perfect graphics. You don't have to. It's perfectly fine just to get something simple up and running. And you really can make money doing it this way. Right, let's dive in. Let's build ourselves a page. So I've already set up a thank you page, but I'm going to be building the main squeeze page today. Now, if you haven't seen, there's a load of templates to start from. If you've got a pro or agency account, there's some less if you're only on the standard plan. But today I'm going to start from scratch, and this is going to be vegan squeeze page. Right, so squeeze page. Who can tell me what the purpose of a squeeze page is? Why do we build squeeze pages? What's the point? Talk to me, chat. Let's see. I'm going to make you work on a Saturday. So tell me, what's a squeeze page for? Why do we build them? Absolutely. Alan's in there first, says opt-ins. Richard says build a list. Excellent. Daniel, email addresses. Excellent. So lead gen, get folks to sign up for updates. Excellent. Loads of people get the idea here. Thank you so much. Okay, so Derek, I see a question already. Just to explain, I get easily sidetracked when I do these webinars. So I'm going to do the presentation bit first, and then I'll answer any question you like at the end. Otherwise, I'm a bit ADHD, and I will wander off in the middle of the presentation answering someone's question and irritate everyone else. So please do hang around. This is only like 20-30 minutes of kickoff, and then I will answer anything you want to ask me. Cool, yeah, so everyone typing in opt-ins, lead gen, etc. That's absolutely right. The point of a squeeze page is to capture somebody's, definitely their email address. Usually we want to get their name as well. And that's it. The reason we do it this way is everyone's seen traditional web pages where we've got, navigation bar at the top, you've got lots of links at the bottom probably, like you basically let people wander around, they browse, they get to read. That's great, but what we want to do is sell people things. It's fantastic to give them a brochure, but what we really want is a way to capture details so that we can follow up with them. And the other thing that's most important about this is because there's basically a positive action and a negative action, somebody can either opt into the list or they can go away. That's all they can do. They can't wander off to a different page. They can't go and try out other stuff on the site. They're either going to opt in, they're either going to see the freebie that we've set up and give us their email address, or they're going to go away. And what that lets us do is test lots of combinations against each other. We can try different headlines, we can try different giveaways, we can try like fancy stuff like two-step opt-ins that I'll demonstrate today, but we can test one thing against another and see what works better. When you've got a website, that becomes so much harder to do because you get them to the homepage and then they didn't opt in, but maybe they went to your About Us page and then maybe they opted in. This makes the tracking so much harder to do. With a squeeze page, they've either opted in or they haven't. And then we can test two versions against each other and see which one gets more opt-ins. So much easier to do it this way. This is the foundational parts of a funnel. Right, now I've waffled for a bit. Let's dive in and start building a page. Oops. There we go. Okay, so first of all, we've got this lovely big image of blueberries, which is our nice background. And key part about Convertri, it's going to optimize images for you. So I grabbed this off, I think it was from Unsplash. If you haven't heard of that before, unsplash.com, fantastic source of tons of high-res photography, really great for this and completely free to use. You can use it in any project you like. We absolutely love unsplash.com. But the images they give you, because they're by definition high-res, really great photos, they're really big file size. So what we've built into Convertri is super image optimization. So even though the files start really big, we optimize the heck out of them so when they're published, they load really fast. And to prove it, let's just do a publish. So what are we today? We're 08 for 12/vegans. Okay, so that's published. That is live. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this into the chat box. Let's just reply to someone's. So you should have a link now that you can click on, and you can see like I've hit publish and that's live on the web. There's no faffing around with Convertri. When you hit publish, something is live, and I can just give that link to someone. A couple of people are saying the screen's quite blurry. Apologies for that. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what the problem is with that. So very, very sorry for that. I presume it's my the Manycam software I'm using to broadcast this. Sorry. But you should be able to, I will keep publishing it. Yeah, several people are saying it's fine. Okay, sorry to those that it is blurry for. So I hit publish and this thing is live. I can make a simple change. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a sort of bordering panel to give it a little bit of a frame. So we're going to do that. We'll change element properties. And let's set a background color on it. So nice dark blue. And you'll see what one super cool thing about Convertri is that you can, if you're a rubbish designer like me, now somebody else built this page for me ages ago. This is not my own work. I'm just not this good. But if you're like me and you don't really know, if somebody's just told you, make it dark blue, like make it look good, and you're like, I don't know what looks good, you can just drag this around so we can see that, this looks a bit pale, this looks a bit bright and garish, and say, something down here, that looks quite nice. And you can just see it update on the screen in front of you. There's no like, make a change, hit publish, go and look at it, come back, make another change, publish it, etc. It's updating right there for you on the screen. And our lead designer, Matteo, who is with us today, as I'm sure, cringing at my terrible, terrible design skills, even as we speak. But that's the price he pays for working for me. Right, first little... he's laughing in the chat box. First little tip. So something that's not very discoverable but is really cool is if you hold down the Alt key or the Option key, if you're on a Mac, you can clone anything on the screen. So in this case, I found a nice blue and I want to have another one of these lower down. So I'm going to hold down the Alt key, I say Option on a Mac, and then when I drag it, I get an exact copy of it that I can put at the bottom, like so. And then that bookends our page quite nicely. Now, as I said before, to get this live, all I have to do is I hit publish. You see the little spinner, that is published, and then I can refresh and it's live. And again, you can follow along at home. If you refresh the link I gave you, you will see those blue bars are now there and live and ready to go. There's no, there's no publishing delay. There's no faffing around with it. It really is that easy. Right, next up, a quick little design tip. So we're going to build what's called an opacity layer. This is hats off to my partner Sarah, who's also a graphic designer, who taught me this. So when you put text on the screen, so let's imagine we go here and we say hello world, and then when I put that text on top of these blueberries, you see it's now really hard to read. And if your screen's a bit blurry, I'm just going to publish it so you can refresh it and see it on your screen. So if you refresh it and now try and find that hello world, you'll see it just against that little bit of blueberry maybe. It's really hard to see. So what we're going to do, as well as getting rid of our hello world thing, is drag a panel on, give ourselves some height to work with, and you'll see why in a moment. Then under element properties and background, we'll make it completely white, and we're going to drag this down so it's about 75% opaque, 25% transparent, and you'll see you can still see the image through it. Still looks really nice. But now if we do exactly the same thing with the text, you'll see it's super easy to read regardless of where we put it on the screen. So if you've ever got this very busy background, like it's really good on a squeeze page, it's really visually engaging to have this nice big bold image, but then you'll find text easily gets lost against it and that will kill your conversions. So by putting this opacity layer over the top, you make it super easy to read. Right, I'm just going to refer to the page of comment. This is what we're building, by the way. Oh, I've left it as the sort of two-step version. So you'll see that this is what we're going to build. So to start with, we'll come up to the top here and go read the free report. And all the controls for editing stuff are, for text particularly, are exactly like Word. The original brief, the original thing we wrote it in really big letters on a whiteboard and showed it to the whole dev team. It's the mantra we live by, was make it work like Word. So if you can use Word to make a document, you can use Convertri to make your funnels. You can use it to make your pages. So if I'm going to want to center the text, so I click that. I want it bigger so it's easy to read. So let's make it bigger. And oops, let's make the whole thing bigger. There we go. And then let's make it bold and then a nice contrasting orange, something like that. There we go. So again, just like Word, change the colors, change the font sizes, make it bold, make it underlined, whatever it is you want to do, you just use the control bar exactly like you would in Word, and it's all good. Can you guys see me okay? So I've got like several people just popped up in question and answers saying it's gone back to the welcome screen. okay, getting several like fines and okays. So apologies to the couple of people who've said it's gone back to the welcome screen. Maybe try logging out and logging in again, because that is, let's face it, the fix all for everything. Sorry. Awesome. Yeah, okay, sorry guys. I've got some people saying I can see you but it's blurry, some people saying we've got the welcome screen, and some people that can see me fine. So thanks for coming guys, technology's awesome. Right, next up, let's add a little bit of design style. So we're going to look at borders, and we're going to change the border radius, which is the fancy technical name for curvy corners. So if we set it to 10, you'll see the corners round off, and it makes it a little bit softer, a little bit easier on the eyes. Now let's see. So we've got 7 essential nutrients for vegans. Now this is our main heading, so obviously going to make this really big. And again, just like Word, click the buttons, that's all you have to do. We will center it. And then let's make that bold. We can underline that one, make vegans bold. Super simple like that. And now let's add what we call our hero image, which is an image of the freebie that somebody's going to get. So in this case, drag an image on. And for those of you that watched Blue Peter, here's one I prepared earlier. This is our ebook cover. And again, so much like we made the blueberries full screen, to adjust the sizing, all I've got to do is grab the corner and drag it to the right size that I want. And then let's chuck it in the center like that. Super easy, super easy. Anyone can do this. And remember, I'm building it from scratch and talking at the same time, but if you want to get going quicker, we've got a ton of templates in there. Just start with one of those. Get yourself like a PLR giveaway thing in your niche, something that you can set up a squeeze page for, start driving some traffic, start getting some leads. You'll thank me later, I promise. And then let's get some form on the page. So under form elements, we're going to have a text input for the email address, like so, and then a submit button. And let's change this. So we want their email, but we want this to label to say, give me the free report. So there we go. And again, let's, as I said, publish it so you can follow along at home. That is our squeeze page built. That is, for full disclosure, like we had a privacy policy link at the bottom. There's a couple of other bits I'm not boring you by building, but this is the squeeze page that we used and generated vegan leads for $1 each. Really was as simple as that. It was a PLR giveaway report. We tidied it up a bit. We got a nice little cover made for it. Then we set up a squeeze page and we ran some Facebook ads at it. That was it. There were super simple ads as well. If you want to, I don't recall exactly what they said. If you're curious, feel free to ping an email to support@convertri.com. I'm sure we can dig them out for you. The point is to show you that it really doesn't, you don't need to give away something super complicated. You're possibly used to the digital marketing niche where you've got guys like Russell Brunson and all the other big guys, Frank Kern, Mike Filsame, who they give away just huge value bomb packages on their squeeze pages, and you're a bit like, oh my god, how do I compete with that? And it is really hard. But when you go to another niche where they've hardly seen a squeeze page in their lives, they don't even know, they certainly couldn't tell you what one is. The simplest giveaway is all you need to get those details. So set simple ad, simple squeeze page, you can start building a list, and then you can start following up and selling them things. Cool. I'm starting to see some questions coming in. So hang fire for just a moment, guys. We've got another little part of about 5 minutes to go. I'm going to show you how to build a two-step opt-in because that's a neat, cool little thing you can do. So I can show you that these squeeze pages don't have to be super simple. You can do fancy stuff, but don't to start with. Build yourself a squeeze page, make it as simple as possible, get something live. But since Convertri is my baby, I want to show it off a bit. So we're going to take out that, and then give me the free report. So can anyone tell me what a two-step opt-in is and why we use them? Let's try and get a little bit of audience participation going, mostly because I need to pause for a swig of water. What's a two-step opt-in? Why do we use it? This one's a bit harder than the first question. Ah, okay, right, sorry. So a little bit of confusing terminology there. So we need to distinguish between a two-step opt-in and a double opt-in. So first of all, single versus double opt-in. If you already know this, please forgive me. I'm here to educate everyone. For those of you that aren't familiar with this terminology, single versus double opt-in is whether we send them a confirmation email to say, we think you've opted into this email list. Did you do it? Was that you? And they have to click a link in order to subscribe to the list. So it's single opt-in. If you don't send them that email, you just start sending marketing emails. It's double opt-in if you do send that confirmation email. Okay? A two-step opt-in is where instead of having the email capture directly on the page, we have a button that they click and then we show another layer which has the opt-in on, which I'm about to show you now. So, and I'll come back to that answer to that question at the end. When you've kind of like seen this. We're going to create a layer, we're going to call it second step, and we're going to edit this, so we'll give ourselves a panel to work with, like that, get that central, then we need a background that doesn't look really ugly, let's make that white and a little bit transparent, like so. Then we're going to chuck our image on it as before, this one. And then form elements, the email box. There we go, then a little bit of text to prompt them. Sign up to claim your free report. Do sign up now to claim your free report. There we go. Center that text. And you'll see, so the opacity layer is working against us a bit here. You can see this other text, it's making it hard to read. So first of all, I'm going to make this a bit bigger. Let's go like 24. There we go. Centered. And then I'm going to change the background on this. Get rid of that opacity, so get rid of the transparency so you can't see through it. Pull these down a bit, give ourselves a bit of space. There we go. So this is our second step. This is what we're going to show when they click on that button that says, give me the free report. So going back to the main one now. And just a quick reminder, this is being recorded. We will publish this, we will distribute it. So if at any point during this demo, you're a bit like, oh my God, what did he just do? Or if the screen went blurry, you couldn't see, don't worry about it. It's all being recorded. It'll be in the knowledge base so you can follow through step by step. And in fact, I think everything I'm showing you on this one today is already in videos in the knowledge base anyway. So don't freak out if you don't follow every last bit of it. The point is to give you an idea of what you can do with Convertri. Right, so we're going to make this button, go to actions, and add an element trigger. So the trigger is when they click this button, we want to fade in the second step layer. So just to go through that again, the trigger is a click. So when they click on this button, what we want to do is fade in the second step layer. And that, just a reminder, is this one. So this starts out invisible on the published page. So it'll start like that. And then when they click this button, the thing will pop up. So let's publish. There we go. Then we refresh this one. And then we click give me the free report. This fades in and encourages them to opt in. So, right, coming back to my question, which was, why do we do a two-step opt-in like this rather than just getting the email capture on the page? The main reason is it's a concept called commitment and consistency and micro-conversions. So, by getting them to do something simple, just to click a button to start with, it's easier than when they see the form, they think, oh, it's a form, I've got to give my email. It's a little bit like mentally laborious. By just showing them the button to start with, when they click the button, they're then that much more likely to fill out the form than if the form was just on the page. Now, this doesn't always work. You should absolutely test it. But in about 75% of cases, you'll find that doing this two-step rather than having the form on the page, your conversions will be higher simply for doing that. Like, what did that take? About 5 minutes worth of setup. Super big conversion booster. We've used that so many times. Yes, conditioning in SEO. Yes, conditioning. That's another name for it. Thanks, Dave. Absolutely. Yeah, so just to go over that concept again, remember we're talking about this is a two-step opt-in. The other one was single versus double opt-in. Single opt-in is where we don't send a confirmation email. Double opt-in is where we send that confirmation email saying, was this you? Do you want this thing? And they have to click a link, and then you can't put somebody's email address into a box and then they start getting marketing emails. They have to confirm it. It's there's no sort of right or wrong with this. You'll find in some markets they're like really spam, and you'll want double opt-in. In many markets, people are pretty forgiving, don't really mind marketing emails, and single opt-in's perfectly fine. You'll again something to test. Pretty much you probably want to start with single opt-in, but in the case of like most people are quite like edgy about doing that. So if that's you, start with double opt-in. You'll get a few less confirmations, but you'll also get a few less spam complaints, and they can be quite hard to mentally deal with. So there we go. Let's just do a refresh on that. So again, remember this is what someone sees. Read the free report, 7 essential nutrients for vegans, and then a button, give me the free report. When somebody clicks that, we show them the form and encourages them to sign up to opt in, and then when they opt in, they're taken through to the thank you page. As simple as that. In fact, let's look at wiring that up. So under forms, go to autoresponders. Let's see what I've got set up. So under MailChimp, forgive me, I've got one of our test accounts wired up at the moment, so there's no vegan list on here. But imagine that said like vegans or something. So there we go, we pick that, and then under post submission redirect, we're then going to go to the thank you page that I set up earlier. Republish it again. And it's as simple as that. There you go, that's a squeeze page built, even with all the waffling I've been doing, in under 30 minutes. Really is as simple as that. I strongly encourage you, if you're just getting started, if you're wondering like, how do I get into this? How do I figure out what I'm supposed to do? This is where to start. Get yourself a free report to give away, buy some private label rights content. In fact, there's another one. Who can tell me what private label rights content is? Thanks, Dave. Dave says, right to resell as your own. Absolutely right. So private label rights content is content that you can buy the rights to in order you can rebrand it, you can slap your own name on it, you can do whatever you want with it, and then give it away or sell it as your own. It's absolutely the fastest way to get started with this, particularly if you're trying to test a new niche. If you're like, I might want to get into this market, you don't want to spend 2 months writing the report yourself. You want to see, can I generate leads here? Can I give something away, get email addresses, and then start selling them things? Now, something you write yourself is absolutely going to work better. You'll get higher conversions, people will bond with you better. Private label rights content is rarely like super awesome, but it's really cheap and you can pick it up super quickly. So, and it's exactly how we got started with this, and I strongly recommend you do the same thing. Don't spend ages on setting this stuff up. Right, okay, lots of questions starting to come in. I'm going to try and work my way down, but there's been lots of, because I've had to like check in with people a few times. Please forgive me if I miss your question. If it looks like I've missed you, please ask again. It's probably got mixed in. And apologies if that has happened. Awesome, and several other people got the same right answer about PLR too. So sorry, Dave was just the first person to get there. Right, Marlene says, Convertri gave me a lead gen, 7 top tips to slimming without starving. Is that PLR? That's something we wrote, something we put together specifically to give you something to build build out your first funnel with, you are more than welcome to use that content in absolutely any way you like. If you want to set up that example funnel and start running traffic to it yourselves, please feel free to, like, if you want to stick your own name on that report, please do it. You'll use it any way you like. We want you guys to get going as quickly as you possibly can. Dale says fail fast. Absolutely right. Like, the quicker you can fail, the quicker you can try stuff out, the faster you're going to learn. We've been at Convertri 3 years now, and we're still learning. Every day we're still trying out new angles, new funnels, new options. We try out different ways to structure the offer, and we're not bothered when it fails. That's okay. Like, the faster you fail, the better it is. Cool. Right. What were some of these other questions that got mixed in? John asked about adding a video to a page. Okay, so we've got, this is actually a really good question. I've picked yours out because it's something I'm working on improving at the moment. So there's a couple of different ways. If you just want a background video that plays the video sort of in the background, so let's say we wanted a video instead of this blueberry image, you can use under media the video, but what that won't have is a player. So it will be muted, and it will be set to autoplay. So if you've got just a pretty video you want to like roll on loop in the background, you use that, and you will need to upload the video to your own hosting somewhere like Amazon S3. We're not set up to host video for you at this time. But that's just to get like a pretty video on the page. In the case of like most videos where you want a player to go with it, we support under media the YouTube video element. That's the most commonly used one. 99% of people use the YouTube player. It's really good. The only thing it's not is that quick, and that's something we're looking to improve at the moment. So the same is also true. We don't have a specific Vimeo integration, but you can just use their embed code in a custom HTML one. There's a guide on support again, help.convertri.com. So if you guys haven't seen this yet, it is linked all over the app. But this is help.convertri.com. We've got tons and tons of articles and videos and loads of stuff in here to help you get started. All of the past webinars like this you can watch, all of them in there. Great starting point. So that will show you how to do like a custom HTML thing for Vimeo. But both Vimeo and YouTube suffer from, they load a lot of other stuff that isn't really needed. So what I was literally writing code for this today is a video player that you'll be able to use on your pages that loads the absolute bare minimum of stuff, and so gets it going faster. Because one thing we've noticed is page speed insights, the page speed tool we use to measure like how well we're doing at delivering stuff fast. Even though YouTube is made by Google, the same people that make page speed insights, that the YouTube player like costs you like 25 points just for using it. It's really quite slow, and it loads of unnecessary stuff. So I'm in the process of writing our own, so you won't need to have that. It'll be a little bit more configurable, a little bit more integrated, and you won't pay that performance penalty just for having a video on your page. You really shouldn't need to. So those are your options. So if you just want like a pretty video in the background that auto plays, then under media you want video. If you want a player, then you probably want YouTube, but you might want to use Vimeo or some other one, in which case you want a custom HTML element. Thanks for asking, John. Right, let's scroll down and see what we've got. Cool, okay. Derek's asking, I get PSD files from designers. What's the preferred method of getting that into Convertri? I could recreate the design or get the PSD chopped up to HTML and then use the importer to pull it in. What do you recommend? So what I recommend is, and I know I said there was nothing for sale, but this is a little like shove in the direction. If you have a pro or agency account, then you have access to team members under Convertri. And what that lets you do is add your designers, add your assistants, add whoever you want to your account so they can work on your pages for you. and then instead of them delivering you PSDs, you get them to just build it in Convertri, and then they can deliver you working pages in Convertri. Maybe your design guy does all but wiring up the forms or something, but then instead of being stuck with a PSD and not like having extra steps to get there, you can just get them to design straight into Convertri. If your designers like won't do that, I mean, maybe get a new designer. But alternatively, like if you really want to have an interim step of a PSD, then you will probably the fastest way is to like use some like really cheap PSD to HTML service that will like slice up a page for like 50, $100 or something, and then use our page importer to pull it into Convertri. It's probably the quickest way to do it. But as I say, it's far quicker, easier, and cheaper just to get designers to work straight into Convertri via that. Right. Oh, loads of questions. Loads of questions. Sorry, Marlene. I see your question about Google Drive. I think I've lost part of it. Can you ask me that one again? Give me some more information, please. Oh, hey, Gordon. Great question. Okay, Gordon asks, with regards to creating your first site, we need to create a Convertri subdomain. Can this be changed later if I don't like the subdomain name, or am I locked in? So you're free to make as many Convertri subdomains as you like, pretty much, or link as many custom domains as you want to your account. And we'll provide we provide the hosting, we provide free SSL certificates for all of it. We take care of all of that for you. I should say, like, you can create as many as you want within reason. A few of you on the call may have heard this story before. When we first launched in the summer of 2016, it seems ages ago now, there was one guy who got Convertri, and then he spent the first 72 hours. It looked like he pretty much didn't sleep. All he did was sit there registering Convertri subdomains. When he was done, he'd registered 1,400 Convertri subdomains that he proceeded to do absolutely nothing with. We won't let you do that, okay? However, with any reasonable usage, you are free to create as many as you want and use them for your projects. So create like your name, use like Gordon Walker for the first one, get something up, see what it looks like, and then create another one later. It really is as easy as that. There's no extra charges for them. As I say, unless you're trying to register 1,400 of them for no reason, we won't stop you. We won't ask you about it. Thank you very much. The guy from the JAG agency, whose name I've already forgotten because I'm an idiot. Sorry, mate. Says this is great content. Thank you so much. It really makes my day. I do love talking about Convertri. I have spent 3 years of my life on it now. But the mere fact that all of you guys, there's over 50 people on this call right now on a Saturday coming to listen to me talk about the tool that I've kind of sweated blood into. So the mere fact that you guys show up to listen to me and see what can be done, that means a lot. So thank you very much for the kind words. Perfect. Derek says he's already a pro member. That's fantastic. So yeah, you can literally just add your guys to the account and they can design straight into here. I know, some designers will probably they may make some PSDs because that's their preferred way of thinking about it. But you can say to them, the output I want from you, I don't care if you make a PSD first, but what I want from you is the thing to work in here. Oh, Sunday 3 a.m. in Australia. Wow, Gordon, that's commitment, that is. Yeah, and I'm familiar with the time difference. My partner Sarah is in Melbourne at the moment. That's where her family is. So we're currently 11 hours apart. So a scary amount of time difference. So I salute and applaud you, Gordon, for being up at 3 a.m. to listen to me. Oh, thanks. Oh, thanks, Derek. He says it's a great tool. You should be proud. There's always a but. Always. Come on, man. Come on. He says, but we need native lead capture. Yeah. So we're something we've got in the dev queue at the moment. In fact, sorry. Before I say this, I'd like to introduce everyone that's new to Convertri to how we talk about what's coming up in the near future and kind of when stuff's going to be released. We don't offer we never estimate when stuff will be done because all we're going to do is disappoint people. Whenever you see a company that says, okay, this lump of software is going to be ready at this point, one of two things is true. Either they're going to be wrong and they're just going to disappoint people because software is really hard to estimate, or they've already built it, they know it's done, it's already working, and they're saying you're going to have it in 3 months, and they're just not giving it to you. We release stuff absolutely as soon as it's ready. So if you've been with us any length of time at all, you've seen literally every Tuesday, new templates, new features, new bug fixes. Every Tuesday they go out the door. Anything that's ready, we don't hold it back. We don't like wait to make a big marketing hullapalooza about it. You just get the new stuff straight away. But what that means is we don't necessarily know when any particular thing is going to happen because we're releasing it as soon as it's ready. So I can talk about what we've got coming up, but please don't ask the question, when's it going to be ready, because I just can't tell you. With that in mind, one thing we are looking at is capturing leads and doing basic asset delivery just within Convertri. So if all you want to do is deliver the free report, or if you want to do like a contact form or something, you'll be able to do that within Convertri without connecting it to something else. That is already that's been through our design process is products and UX, UI, and then dev. So UX is how's it going to work, UI is what's it going to look like, and then dev is somebody's got to build it. So it's already been through UX and UI, and it's sat there waiting for a developer to pick it up. So it's already been through like 2/3 of the process for that one. Sorry, so Andrew's obviously asked that before I said what I just did. So Andrew's asking about Zapier. It's absolutely something we want to integrate, but I honestly can't tell you when it's going to happen. It's in the queue. We will get to it at some point. It is something we care about it. Hey, David and Loretta. A question about the video player. Are you possibly considering Vidalytics for the player, maybe on a white label basis? So we've done a deal to get a special offer on Vidalytics, which is to call it a video player would kind of be a crime. It does so much more than just be a video player. What Convertris is going to be is a fast loading video player with a couple of marketing gimmicks. Vidalytics, they host your videos for you on a super fast content delivery network. They give you super video analytics and just a ton of features that we're unlikely to have as focusing on the funnel builder. And I'm not planning to white label them or anything. The guy Patrick Stiles, who is behind it, I've chatted to him on Skype a load. He's a super cool guy, knows his stuff really, really well. I really stand behind Vidalytics as a great option, and I'm grateful that he put together such a special deal for us. Vidalytics is amazing, but don't expect to kind of get all of Vidalytics as part of the Convertri subscription. That's just never as much. I'd love to do it, but that's never happening. Full disclosure. Hey Ruben, great question. When publishing a page, the Powered by Convertri shows in the bottom right. Is it possible to hide? Yeah, absolutely. So under, let's do it for this page. So under page, visual styling, Powered by Convertri. Click Don't Show and publish. And then you'll see Powered by Convertri bottom right, no Powered by Convertri bottom right. Now you can do, so a couple of things about that. The Powered by Convertri badge is automatically your affiliate link. So if you are selling in the digital marketing niche, having that Powered by Convertri thing there is just a super easy way to make money. Leave it turned on, particularly on things like thank you pages, and then anyone that clicks on it, if they buy Convertri, you get a commission every month because they did so. Super cool, super easy way to make money. However, in a vegan niche or something, you don't want to be sharing our brand. It does nothing for you, so we've made it really easy to turn it off. And you can do it, it's in the account menu. In fact, I'll show you now. He says, trying to remember where it is. So under account, or is it under affiliate? There we go. Yeah, there we go. So under affiliate, you can turn off show Powered by Convertri badge if you so choose. There we go. Sorry about that. We moved it recently. So yeah, you can turn it off, count wide, and then just nobody sees it. Just one click, hit save, that's it. Only thing to note is that won't update any of your published pages. So if something's already been published, you will need to go and hit publish again in order to remove the badge. Updating it here won't do it. Oh, slightly longer question. Can you hang on one moment? Okay, Marlene. Honestly, that sounds like something's going wrong with it. So nothing, apart from maybe like the Google Analytics stuff we do, nothing integrates with Google Drive like that. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Can I refer you? And this is the same goes for anyone else that needs help. Although, like, I've shown you the knowledge base, help.convertri.com. There's tons of stuff there. But if you need help from us, please either come to the Facebook group. There's tons of like really helpful guys in there, or if you've got like some kind of more specific, basically Facebook group. If you've got like a how do I do X with Convertri question, and typically like we will be able to help you find the right link in the knowledge base. If you've got something that's kind of broken or wrong or account specific, we can't really help you in the Facebook group. It's really bad for that. So drop an email to support@convertri.com. That's support@convertri.com. And then we've got just a fantastic team behind that set up to help you get the answers you need. And they've got the team that works that also they have tons of product knowledge themselves, but they have direct access to the dev team too. So if it's something more complicated, it's really easy for them to pass the ticket over and get development input to help with more complicated stuff. So please, if you get stuck on stuff like that, do reach out to us. We are here to help. Spanish asks how to position an element relative to the end of the preceding text element. So that's something we don't support in Convertri. So whereas in a typical, let's go back to our campaigns. So this one. So whereas in other builders, the more sort of blocky style ones, if you type here and like type in extra text like that, it would push everything down the page. Convertri doesn't do that. Everything is in a fixed location, and it's in a fixed location because that's part of how we make pages just so incredibly fast, and how we're able to offer this, like literally drag anything you want anywhere you want. Kind of the price of doing that is text elements don't push stuff down as you type. You do need to move it down. But one trick for that is if you hold down the shift key. So if you watch for a second, if I drag this ebook cover up and down, just that moves. However, if I hold down the shift key, when I drag this, everything below it will move as well. So you'll see the button and the box also move. And something we're working on updating at the moment as well is to make that shift drag understand. So for example, if I were to shift drag to resize this longer, that would also move these things down. We haven't done that yet. But yes, that's a good way to do that. In fact, little sidetrack for a moment. Remember I was talking about cloning this bar before, holding down the Alt key? I can do the same demo again, but with this. So imagine instead of an opt-in thing, what this was say a testimonial design, and you want 6 of them on the page. You can design it once, hold down the Alt key, and it doesn't just clone the outer box, it clones everything inside it as well. So watch when I'm holding down the Alt key, you can't see that, but I am. And then when I drag this, you see I get an exact clone of the whole thing, not just the outer box. It's a super easy way to clone like testimonial designs and so on. Gareth asks, where are the pages hosted? Our own domain or convertri.com? The choice is yours. So you can put them on a subdomain of convertri.com. You could be gareth.convertri.com, assuming somebody hasn't already registered that. Or you can point your own domain at Convertri. Fair warning, using your own domain is a little bit technical, is a little bit error prone. Like I would say half the questions we get in support are something about getting custom domains set up. But any custom domain you point at Convertri, we will give you a free SSL certificate for as well. as well as hosting all of your pages exactly the same as if it was on a subdomain of convertri.com. Oh, thanks, Ruben. Ruben says, awesome tool to use. Not a marketer or salesperson, but it's super easy to use. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. Dennis says, so all Convertri subscribers start out as affiliate members. Yeah, absolutely. So if you're, when you log in, oh, let me just still make a change I care about. I'm not sure. Years of losing changes by not saving. So if you go to affiliate here, absolutely everyone, if you're a Convertri member, you're also a Convertri affiliate. If you love it, tell people about it. Use your affiliate link, and then if somebody signs up under you, we'll pay you a 30% recurring commission on whatever they sign up for now or in the future. And your Powered by Convertri link is automatically that referral link as well. So if you leave that on your pages, you can start making sales of Convertri. Great question, Derek. So Derek asks, can we do background gradients or just one color? At the moment, just one color. I have to say this is an oversight of mine. Like literally, I mean, we are talking 3 years ago now. When I designed the model for how this was going to work, I didn't take gradients into account at all. They weren't that well supported in browsers. I didn't really realize they were going to be quite as important to design as they are. So although it should be, like if we built it in from day one, it's like a 10-minute job to do, because I didn't really think of it. Redoing the UI for colors to make gradients work is quite a pain, but it is something we want to sort out because gradients are cool. I was recently introduced to, I don't know if it was Matteo, like certainly a designer was showing me what's possible with gradients rather than flat colors, and I'm an absolute convert. So yeah, sorry we don't support that yet. Donna asks, can you send CPA offers from Convertri opt-in forms? So you can integrate just about anything into Convertri. We have integrations for all of these things. So Facebook, Shopify, Useline, Google Analytics, Stripe, MailChimp, GetResponse, Aweber, ActiveCampaign, SendLane, Drip, ConvertKit, Market Hero, Infusionsoft, Platformly, GoToWebinar, WebinarGeo, Demio, and Webinar Jam. We have API integrations for all of those, but if the service you use gives you a form, then you can still get it onto a Convertri page, even if it isn't one of those. So let's go back to our page. So 2 ways to get your, if you've got a form from somewhere, 2 ways to use it if it's not one of our API ones. Under forms, I can't go into forms at the moment because I've already inked up an API, but if I hadn't done so, under forms, you can drop your HTML code in there, and then Convertri will do its best to import that form into its editor and let you design it. If that doesn't work, or you've got like kind of a fully designed form just ready to go, use the HTML element, drag it in, and then you can click edit HTML, and then basically anything that any service gives you, you can drop into that box, and then Convertri will get it onto your page for you. It's probably not compatible with absolutely 100% of everything, but it will work with 99% of things out there. And then you can put like opt-in forms from weird services. If you use something like Typeform, for example, they do fantastic styling that Convertri can't import, but you can just drop your Typeform onto the page. In there. So like quiz builders is another good example. Anything like that, you can drop the code in there and then get it onto your page super easily. Hey Dan asks, can we put a download link for a PDF or images on Convertri pages? So yes and no. You can put the link on there for now because we haven't implemented it yet. You do need to host the file somewhere else, like Amazon S3 or your own, like most people have got a hosting account where they can shove files. If you don't, Amazon S3 is pretty easy to get set up and just super cheap. I have for a different company, I have an Amazon S3 thing I've had for years, and my monthly bill is 48 cents. It costs practically nothing, and super easy way to get links for stuff like PDFs that you want to use. So in the hey Marlene, so in the I believe in the getting started guide where we give you the free report to use, we also include. I'm sorry, I haven't looked at this in quite a while, and my business partner Neil is the one that put it together. So if this turns out to be a lie, I will update it and make this true. But I'm pretty sure you get a zip file that has all of the images in, as well as like we show you them in the report, but there's separate image files that you can just upload into your account from there without having to get them out of the report in the first place. And then you can just put them in to design your pages for the getting started funnel. Good question, Ruben. Okay, Ruben asks, when migrating a Convertri page to a WordPress site, does it load just as fast? No. So when you load it inside WordPress, if you use our plugin, there's you kind of pay two prices for that. One is that not all of the features work, particularly on iPhones. Some of the fancy layering stuff you can do on Convertri pages won't work if you use the WordPress plugin, particularly on iPhone. And the other is that because it's basically got to load the page from WordPress and then it loads the page for Convertri. So you pay basically the price of loading two separate pages. It's got to contact your server where WordPress is, return that page, and then load the page for Convertri. So it is slower as well. I have to say, I would strongly recommend, if your domain is example.com, and you've got your WordPress blog there, set up something like offers.example.com or landingpages.example.com and use that. So much easier and so much less stressful than trying to use the WordPress plugin. Honestly, we made the WordPress plugin because everyone bitched that we didn't have it, but not everything works that way. It is slower. You are better off with a subdomain. Excellent. There we go. So Gareth is indeed the owner of gareth.convertri.com. Excellent. I'm glad you think it's a fabulous tool. Thank you, Gareth. Cool. Sorry, slightly longer question. Give us just a sec. Yeah, sorry. So David D, thank you very much. Says, thanks for doing the webinar. When I view the page you created on my mobile device and click the button, the second layer does not show up. Nothing happens when I press the button. Is there any reason for that? Yeah, sorry. So for expediency on the webinar, I haven't set up a mobile version just because it's a bit boring watching me do that. But let me just illustrate the main concept. So this here under layers, when it's not shown on mobile, so that will prevent the layer showing at all on mobile. And that's the default, because what most people are building with layers is something like, say, a sticky header that's always stuck to the top of the page. And you pretty much never want those shown on mobile, or you want a completely different one on mobile because it needs to look so different. So we default to not shown on mobile. So when I do a demo and don't go through the steps to set it up, yes, it won't work on your mobile device. It doesn't take long to do. Hey, John asks, does Convertri support move over play for videos? No. So anything like that is a feature of the video player kind of within the page, and at the moment we're very focused on the page. The video player that I'm working on at the moment will support some like video player features, but you shouldn't expect it to be as fully featured as something like Vidalytics or VuePlayer. So if you're like super serious about like video stuff on your pages, then you definitely want to look at getting a service like that to do like mouse overs to make it play and that sort of stuff. You're welcome, Dan. Thank you, Marlene. Hey Gareth asks, where can we find the Getting Started pack you just mentioned, please? So when you signed up for Convertri, you should have received an email sequence that links you to it. And I'm going to, oh, as I said, apologies. It's my business partner that set it up. I'm pretty sure it's gettingstarted.convertri.com. Yeah, there we go. So I will share this with everyone. So this is the Getting Started guide. That will take you through basically. You'll build your first squeeze page, get yourself set up. We've got a free report you can give away, kind of everything you need to get started with it. Hey, Donna asks, where can I see a full tutorial on how Convertri works in detail? So we've got knowledge base is by far the best place to start. Some of the Q&A webinars have got sort of like slightly more like, start to finish, wander through building stuff, a bit like I've done today. But there's tons of articles in there about how any given part of it works that you could want to know. Cool. Sorry, polite request, guys. A few people are asking me questions, and you're kind of breaking it across multiple lines. Can you type it all in one and hit go? Because GoToWebinar doesn't link up people's messages at all. So I get like one part of your message, and then several other people talk, and then I get the second part of your message, and I can't. Matching them up is super difficult on the call. So type it all in one place, please. Thank you. Nick asks, if somebody's messed up a domain, can it be deleted? I only see archive. So if you really want it deleted, ping us an email to support@convertri.com. We don't support deleting whole domains for the simple reason that we did way back in the beginning. And despite the fact we had like a big warning message of what was about to happen, we had lots of people just like delete their entire site and then like complain to us about it. So we've swapped from like a hard delete to an archive option to stop people doing that. If you archive it, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't there's no limits on domain, so it really doesn't count against you. There's nothing like archive it away and forget it exists. If you're a bit OCD like me and you really want it gone, just ping us an email to support@convertri.com. We can delete it for you, but there's no reason to do so. It's not counting against you to have it there. Oh, sorry guys, been talking for over an hour now. My throat's starting to go. I'm just gonna have some water. Right, okay, more questions. Let's have a look. Interesting one, Dan. Dan says he's been building pages today, but on the mobile version, he gets a string of numbers at the top, and it's the page is kind of off to the left. When you see that, you've almost certainly got something under custom scripts or custom styles that is messing with the Convertri page. It's really common. So if you have a look in page under usually custom scripts is very few people do custom styles. Most people have got a custom script for something. You'll find in either body or head, and remember it could be like on the funnel, it could be on your account as well. But most commonly people are putting it on the page, so it's in here, and you've got maybe like an unclosed script tag, so it looks like script something, and then it looks like that, so you haven't got that closing bracket on the end. Something like that is the usual cause when that happens. Have a look at the custom scripts, and that's 90% of cases when you see something like that, that's what's going on. And if not, please send us an email to support@convertri.com and we'll be happy to help you figure it out. Hey Nick, so Nick's asking about support for email with Convertri. So Convertri isn't going to if you God, sorry, been out in an hour, guys. Right, if you point your domain to, let's say your domain is example.com, and you want andy@example.com as your email address, you will need a separate provider for that. And you will need to set up what are called MX records, so let me start by saying this is in the knowledge base, but this is quite technical. This is the sort of thing like setting up domains like this goes wrong a lot. We're happy to help you. Do send us an email to support, but be prepared when you're first setting up domains, it can be quite faffy, it can be quite annoying. But whether you use the CNAME version or the name server version to get stuff onto Convertri, you will need to set up MX records to point your emails somewhere else. We recommend G Suite. It's what we use ourselves. It's like $5 per user per month for your email, and you get all of their other tools as well. But you will need to point your MX records there so the internet knows how to route your email. Convertri doesn't do that for you. Cheers, Nick. Yeah, so as I say, it is a giant faff getting domains working. We've spent so much time trying to make it easier, and it's a lot easier now than it was. But at the end of the day, the domain name system, the DNS, was designed in the 60s when there were about 7 sites on the internet, and it hasn't really changed since. So we're working with 50, 60-year-old technology, trying to make it nice to use, and it's really not. Every registrar out there, every hosting company, we're all working to try and make this easier, but there's only so much you can do. It is annoying, it is a faff. We do appreciate that. So, support will help you get it sorted, but please bear with us. It's never just a case of just do this and it'll work. Cheers, Dan. Dan says, thanks again for this brilliant tool. If you haven't got it yet, go get it. I'm pretty sure everyone on this call's already got it, but thank you anyway. If you haven't, listen to Dan. Hey, Lee says, can you make your screen larger? I can't make it larger, but if you grab it is resizable. If you grab the corner, that's a GoToWebinar thing, not a me thing. What was that? I'm not sure. What was I talking about? Oh, if you don't, what I was saying was you should listen to Dan, who said that if you don't own Convertri, you should go and buy it. But this is an introduction to new users call, so I'm pretty sure everyone on this call already owns it. But if people are telling other people to go and buy my tool, I'm absolutely going to share it. Oh, now there's a great question, Donna. Donna says, how is Convertri better than other landing page designers? So 3 reasons. Number 1, with a bullet, is page speed. So this all began many years ago, three bit more years ago, when my business partner Neil and I read a report. It was originally publicised by Neil Patel, and the headline was, if your site takes longer than 3 seconds to load, you lose 40% of your traffic. Now, let me just say it again. If your site takes longer than 3 seconds to load, you lose 40% of your traffic. It's one of those stats that's so, it sounded made up. I've said this so many times in the last 3 years. It still sounds made up when I say it. It's not. That is absolutely true. Amazon did the original study. You can go find it for yourself if you want. You really do lose 40% of your traffic if it takes 3 seconds to load. Neil and I got absolutely obsessed with that. So everything about Convertri is designed to make your pages load crazy fast. And to kind of hammer that home, I was actually asked to put my money where my mouth was in a Facebook group called Warrior JV, run by a friend of mine called Ken Spano, who said, Andy, you talk a lot in my group about how fast your pages are and so on. It's put up or shut up time. I want to do a competition. And what we got was people in the group to submit any page they liked. Just saying, somebody in there asked us to do this for ClickFunnels.com, our competitor. And then we used our page importer to import these other pages and then ran them through PageSpeed Insights and GT Metrics to see just how much faster Convertri pages were. So I will share this so you guys can have a better look as well, but I'll just scroll down. You see in every single page's case, so this one, 17.8 seconds on ClickFunnels, 1.6 seconds on Convertri. And you see the PageSpeed Insights scores as well. This one 1.8 seconds on Thrive, 1.6 on Convertri. This one 1.3 hand-coded one, 0.9 for Convertri. This one 13 seconds on Thrive, 1.4 on Convertri. And it's true for every single one of these pages all the way down. It's so crazy much faster. This one's Kartra, 13 seconds on them, 1.8 on us. This one an optimized press, 19 seconds on them, 4.6 on us. So you see, and that was true of every single one of the pages we did. I think we did 15 in the end. Convertri is faster, and just by being faster, exactly the same page will skyrocket your conversions because you're not losing all the traffic. That I don't know if you've ever seen this in your analytics. If you're a little bit more advanced and you've run some traffic and you see like Facebook have billed you for like 100 clicks, but your analytics say you only got 70. That's what happened to it. It's not Facebook like being cheeky and trying to bill you for stuff they never sent you. They sent those clicks. They just never got to your page because it took so long to load. You know, they just closed out the page because they couldn't be bothered waiting. So all of those clicks that you lost, you could just have by using Convertri instead of another tool. That's number one. Number two is just how flexible it is. Just about every other tool out there is built on this concept of rows and columns and blocks. And you can have it in any layout you like as long as it's one of the layouts they support. And this came about in a conversation, well, I say conversation, with a friend of mine called Jay. We're at an internet marketing conference and I was on the panel, had a couple of drinks, and he asked the question of the panel, of me in particular, why at that point it's like 2015, why in 2015 when I want to move a button on my opt-in page, why does it take the developer so long to do it, and why does it cost me so much? And I believe my response was, speaking as the developer that has to do that, you, Jay. I'd had a couple of drinks, it was a conference, I was trying to be flippant, but I got really obsessed with that as a result. And I got to thinking, like, why is it so hard? Why can't you just why can't I just take a thing and put it on the other side of the page, like that, and then hit publish? And that's it, live on the page, it's now on the other side of the screen. Why can't I do that? And the answer is, well, now you can. Like that's one of the whole points of Convertri, is that you can do that. And finally, point number 3 is stability. Convertri's content delivery network is built from the ground up by us. We originally used a third-party service called Fastly, but they wanted to charge our users $275 per month for every SSL certificate they wanted to issue. We said that was ridiculous, and 3 months later, we moved off their service. We built our own content delivery network for you guys, with which we're able to give you absolutely free SSL certificates for every site you use. And it's on our own super robust content delivery network. Plenty of people have kind of tried out Convertri just to check we're not lying, and run split tests against other services, run like uptime tests against other services, and touch wood, we are still running pretty much 100% uptime. I don't recall any downtime on the network. It's on the delivery pages. We've had a few hours outage over 3 years on the editor, usually during longer deployments. But on the actual live pages themselves, they basically never go down, unlike other services where you pretty regularly see blips. Those are the top 3 reasons you want to be with us, not someone else. Ah, Derek, there you go. You've absolutely made my day. Derek says, I came over from Instapage. I did some testing. All the pages in Convertri were faster than the same page in Instapage. Thank you very much. Can I quote you on that in our marketing material, please, Derek? Dale says, outstanding speed. How do I get back to screen from chat? I don't know. Sorry. I don't really know how GoToWebinar works from a user point of view. Sorry. Balance asks, do you plan to insert another breakpoint for tablet versions for another page design? So no, probably not. There's basically all traffic is mobile or desktop. Tablet is tiny. So having either kind of scaling your desktop site down to tablet or your mobile site up to tablet is plenty. It is not worth, if in the future tablet gets a ton more traffic, we'll look into it more. But right now, you would have to spend a bunch of extra time for basically no gain. Focus on mobile, focus on desktop, and do not worry about tablet traffic. It's just not worth it. We don't, for Convertri, we don't even advertise the tablet traffic. That's how pointless it is. People, there's a ton of mobile traffic. Desktop traffic's pretty cool because people tend to use desktops more at work. They're more engaged when they're on a laptop. Tablets, people are on their tablets when they're watching TV. Tablet traffic is awful. Pay no attention to it. Hey, Gordon asked how to access the clone web page feature in Convertri. So, if you are a pro or agency user, or you've otherwise got access to the page importer via some kind of deal we've done, something like that, when you go, you should come into, let me do it from the beginning. So, from the campaigns list, click on your funnel. This is the one I'm working on today. Then click import page. And then from there, you can put the URL of the page to import into that box. And if that box isn't there, it means you're not on one of our plans that supports it, and you will need to upgrade to get access to it. Ping us an email to support@convertri.com, and we'll sort you out with a good deal. Hey, Dale asks, is this recorded? Yeah, absolutely. Well, I've hit the record button on the software that's supposed to record it. As with all such technology, we've had blurry screen issues. We've had people just seeing the welcome screen and not my webcam and the screen. So hopefully it's recorded, but I'm not making any promises. It's not been a great day for technology, but it's certainly the intention. Emiliano, God, I hope I got that name right, asked, can I pay someone else to make pages for me using Convertri? Graphics is difficult for me. Any suggestions? Yeah, so come and join us in the Facebook group. I don't have the link for you there, but it's in, we link to it like every Tuesday in the update emails, or just email support@convertri.com. We'll give you a link to it. In there, there's 2,000-3,000 people, probably more. And there's quite a lot of like agencies, pro users, power users. There's plenty of people there, that are just really helpful. Like, I've stopped answering as many questions in the group lately just because members are beating me to it. It's not like I got lazy. I just, I look away and somebody else has answered it. So there's super helpful people in there, and plenty of them will do Convertri design and build for you if that's what you want, at pretty reasonable rates. The only thing to note is that we don't have like an endorsed program. There's no like certification. So do be careful who you hire just because they're in the Convertri group. They're not us. We don't know who they are. Please do your due diligence. Ellen asks, can I repeat those three main reasons? So the three main reasons are flexibility, page speed, and stability. You can build just about anything you want in Convertri. You're not constrained. The pages will be super duper fast, and that increases your conversions. And your pages on Convertri just basically never go down. Richard's asking, says he has both Thrive and Convertri. Do they do the same thing, or is there an advantage using each one for different things? Thrive's a cool company. They've built loads of great stuff. In some areas we are in competition with them, but their stuff is pretty cool. Like our landing page builder is better. Our pages are faster. We're more flexible. But I know they sell a load of other tools which are really cool. Like I know the guy. I even got like 4 years ago. I even did a technical consult with them. They're cool guys. They build great stuff. So of course, I'm going to say Convertri is a better tool for landing pages, but a whole bunch of their other stuff, like their themes and so on, just are really good. So I would say we're better for landing pages. Cool. Apparently you're looking for a red or orange arrow or the webinar icon in your tray to get back to it, whoever was asking. Ruben's asking, how well does Convertri pages auto resize when viewing through a minimized browser? Okay, so in Convertri you build, we're not just mobile responsive. Most of the other builders out there are mobile responsive. However, it's 2018, nearly 2019. There's way more mobile traffic than desktop traffic now, and mobile responsive just isn't good enough. You need mobile specific. You need to be able to have complete control over how your mobile page looks. So we will do an approximation, like every other tool does, of what your tool should look like on mobile, but then you have complete control to edit it. So just to illustrate, you see this is what our page looks like on desktop when I swap to mobile. You see this is the fairly standard like rearrangement you'll see just about any tool do, but with most other builders you're stuck with it like this. In Convertri you can edit anything you want. So let's say we don't really want the image on mobile because we want it to load even faster. We can turn that off. So show on, turn off mobile, and now we can resize everything up, drag the button up. Oh, that's me resizing my browser. There we go, drag that up like that. And I have complete control over what my mobile pages look like. I'm not limited to just what the tool wants it to look like. So the sort of auto mobilization process can be slightly worse than other tools. However, the ability to have exactly what you want it to look like on mobile is so much better. John asks, does Convertri support a chat functionality? No, you will need third-party software if you want to do like live chat or anything like that. David, thank you very much. David's very kindly grabbed the Convertri group link, which I'll do a send to all on. Thank you very much, David. That's the Facebook group. Please come and join us. As I say, tons of people in there. Obviously, it's a Facebook group. Mostly people lurk and just ask the odd question, but there's a real like awesome core group in there now that get to the questions quicker than I do. Heck, often they know like I have to take care of so much stuff with Convertri. Sometimes I think those power users know more about the tool than I do, which is honestly a mark of pride to me. Like the fact that I've built something where other people love it so much, they've spent so much time learning it, they know it better than I do. That's really cool. So how many funnels do you guys have available for new members? So if you're in, I think the standard package has like 6. We've got like an info funnel, software funnel, webinar funnel, opt-in funnel. There are others. I can't remember off the top of my head. In fact, let's have a look. So funnels, create new. There we go. So lead gen funnel, info funnel, software funnel, webinar funnel, free plus shipping funnel, adventure funnel, and agency funnel. So those are the default ones, but of course you can mix and match any of the page templates we've got, of which there are absolutely tons. We add sort of 3 or 4 templates every single week. So you see this ridiculously long page. Please note a bunch of these with the pro thing in the corner, they are on pro and agency plans. Please don't accuse me of false advertising. So there is templates for just about any design, any niche you could want now. A couple of times I've done this webinar and said that, and then some smart aleck emails my support to having found a niche where it's not true. Apparently we don't have any templates for the reincarnation niche. That was the most recent one I got an email about. So please don't get annoyed if we don't have it. Hey, Lee says, it sounds like you missed the start, Lee. He says, is this webinar all Q&A or will you be doing a getting started presentation? So I did a getting started presentation kind of, oh wow, that was an hour and a half ago now. Last about half an hour. This is recorded. It will be added to the help docs here, and some of the previous ones are already in there. So please feel free to go through that. You should get an email about it. We'll post in the Facebook group, so you'll be able to watch that presentation part. Oh, cheers, Richard says, thanks, Andy. Great webinar as usual. Emiliano says, if we got the pages on our domain, is it still super duper fast? Yes, so long as, so if you use the WordPress plugin, then it's still fast, but it's not that fast. If you point your domain, particularly if you do something like offers.yourdomain.com, and you point that at Convertri, that behaves exactly the same way as a subdomain of Convertri does. It's no slower, it's no faster, it's exactly the same as far as Convertri is concerned. And that means it's really fast. Hey, Mario says if I have a VA, can she also have access to the Facebook group? Yeah, please do. Invite anyone along. It's a really friendly group. There's no, we don't like match your, like we don't really use it for sales, so there's not much value to somebody who doesn't own Convertri being in there. But if you want to bring like a partner or your VA or your designer or anyone into the group so they can ask questions, please do. The more the merrier. Guy from Jag Agency. Sorry, I still can't remember your name. Where can I find the list? The list of what, mate? Sorry. Oh, the list of funnels. That's right. There you go. My memory's not that terrible. So literally, when you click to create a new one, so click create new funnel, and the list of funnels is there. John says, I use Tidio. Is that third-party supported? I've never even heard of Tidio, so I can't swear to it. Like, Convertri pages work with, I'd say, like 90-95% of stuff out there, but I can't swear to it. I've never used it. Sorry. What's it do to start with? I'm not going to fall for this. I've made the mistake of typing things into the browser live on a call before without checking what they are first. I'm not going to do that today. We've had some dodgy stuff come up. I presume this is fine. If you tell me what Tidio does, I'll be able to give you a slightly better guess whether it'll work or not. Don Ross, how does the thank you page figure into this? Yeah, cool question. So basically, we have our funnel. They opt in on the vegan squeeze page, and then they're taken to the thank you page. And that's, so under forms, under post submission redirect, which we let one of the developers name many years ago, it should just say thank you page. Sorry about that, guys. Basically, we have the, I typed it wrong earlier as well. Right, let's come out of this, and so I can show you from the beginning. So because we've dragged this arrow, see arrow in the bottom corner to point to this. So what we're saying is that this page goes to this page when they're done. What that does for you under forms is under post submission redirect suggestions. You'll see that's the URL of where that thank you page has been published. And it's as simple as that. So in this case, all that page says is, I created it to start with, so there was something there. It's literally a thank you page that says thank you, that is it. But there's nothing to stop you. This is a funnel. You could do like opt-in sales page, thank you page. You could do just like opt-in thank you page, but there's also like an integration offer. So you sell them something else on the thank you page. There's a lot of different ways you can use it. But that's how you do the wiring, which is pretty straightforward. Dave says, thanks for the great info. I got a bail to Saturday stuff. Can't wait to review the replay and get rolling. Thank you very much for coming out, Dave. I really appreciate it. Mario says, thank you. John, one more. Is there a funnel page for video services? Thanks to right, yes, John says, and one more. Is there a funnel page for video services? Thanks for doing this, by the way. Yeah, so we've definitely built one that we've let a couple of people use as bonuses and so on. If you haven't got that, drop an email to support@convertri.com. Mention that I mentioned this, and the team should be able to hook you up with quite a decent template for that. Okay, let's open this off screen. It's not that I don't trust you, John, but you should have seen the dodgy stuff that opened up last time I just typed in a URL. Never leave a customer without an answer. Live chat. Yeah, okay, so It looks like you should just be able to, under page custom scripts, drop the Tidio script into that box and it should just work. Like 90% of services like that will do. Ellen says, thanks a lot. Marlene says, thank you, Andrew. Cool, awesome. And can I just say, like, take a quick pause to say, again, thank you so much for coming out. I can't believe we've still got 50 people on a call 90 minutes after I started. Like, you know, I'm paid to do this, but you guys are giving up your time to come and listen to me. So thank you very much. And it says, hope you have a recording of this. Yeah, absolutely. So everything, all of these webinars, assuming there are no technical difficulties, all of these recordings are published on help.convertri.com under Q&A webinars. There's 10 past ones you can check out, and this one will be published in the next couple of days. Neil, my business partner, usually takes care of it, and he's actually on a long weekend at the moment, so it'll probably be Tuesday that this one goes up, I'd guess. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you to everyone that's thanking me. Okay, so a couple of people asking questions about like sort of bonuses they've been offered like during buying stuff and things like that. If you can, I don't have the details of any of those to hand. So for anything like that, if you can email support@convertri.com, they'll sort you right out with anything like that. So I'm not really set up to address those on this call. Awesome, guys. Right, I hope you forgive me. I've been doing this at my standing desk, and my knees are starting to give out, and I've been talking for 90 minutes. So if anyone's got like a sort of a last minute question they want to sneak in, please feel free to ask. I'm just going to lower the desk so I can have a seat for a minute. And otherwise, we'll wrap up for today. So forgive me while we do my little. Oh, that's better on my knees. Awesome. Thank you so much to everyone typing nice things into the question and answer box. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Let's go back to this page. It's a cool one to close out on. Thanks, Andy. Much appreciated. Madaya, I hope I've pronounced your name right. Apologies if I haven't. Great question. Asks, most resale products come with a sales page and download thank you page in HTML format. Can we import, upload these pages and include them in Convertri funnels? So sort of. You can't just upload an HTML file to us, but as long as you can publish somewhere else, you can use our page importer tool. So upload the HTML file somewhere, and then so as long as it's available, you have a URL for it. Point our page importer tool at it, and then you'll be able to pull it in that way. Hey, John, for all the replays, help.convertri.com. This specific replay should be up on about Tuesday, and all the other ones are help.convertri.com. In fact, I'll share this in the chat box. Cool, right, looks like chat's slowing down, so all that remains to be said is, seriously guys, thank you so much for coming out today, giving up your time to come and listen to me talk. Remember what I said at the beginning and throughout. The most important thing you can do is get stuff built, get stuff started, and get it going. Don't obsess over little details. You're far better off starting on something.convertri.com and getting a squeeze page up and driving a bit of traffic and generating some leads than getting your custom domain set up and the page looking exactly the way you want it, and the report custom formatted by a designer, and then writing your own report. And all of those things are great, but they're not the place to start. The place to start is to get something live, get something working, and then improve it every day. You really will get better faster doing that. Final question snuck in by Emiliano. Can we import pages that are not ours? You can import pages that aren't yours as long as you have like permission to do so. So
we won't stop you violating someone's copyright, but it is on you. You will have to, when you import a page, when you go import page, you are required, like you won't be able to import it without tick this box to confirm that the page belongs to you or you've got permission to use them. Don't violate other people's copyrights just importing random other pages off the web. Those people won't thank you, and nor will we. Excellent, guys. Thank you so much for coming out. We're an hour and 40 minutes in. My throat's about to give out, so we're going to stop there. Replay will be up on Tuesday, hopefully. Again, thank you so much for coming. Have a great rest of the weekend. Cheers, guys.